Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our family technology training session for Clever. Clever, Schoology, and Microsoft in St. Johns County School District. We're excited to discuss how your child can be successful as we move into the second semester. I'm Dr. Diane Lawson, and I'm here with some amazing people, Allison Burball, Amelia Zakowski, and Kim Dixon. Tonight, we're going to talk about Clever, Schoology, Office 365, Tech Talk, and how these resources can help you support your child. If you have questions throughout this session, you can type your question in the Q&A section of our webinar. Please do not put any specifics about your child or the specific school. We do not have specific information, and we will not be able to answer those questions. You can ask questions throughout the entire session. Someone is monitoring the Q&A section. Some of the questions will be answered live by the presenter, and some will be answered in the Q&A section directly. We're going to start with Clever. All digital programs, online applications, or apps that are used in our district now go through Clever. You may have noticed we no longer have links for students' pages at each school. We are now using Clever to access all digital programs or apps. The Clever portal is where students can access all their online learning applications, programs, and apps. With Clever, students only need to remember one username and password, or they can use a Clever badge to log into all their apps. The Clever platform is for student access only. Parents do not have an account for Clever. When students log in, they will see their school's name in the top left corner and their name in the top right corner. On the left panel, there are several tabs that students can choose from, and it will take them to that spot in their Clever account. Or they can scroll down and they will find each section. A student's Clever page and the apps they see are based on their school and the courses a student is enrolled in. The first section is the Favorites section, which is where apps appear when a student clicks the heart in the top left corner of the individual app. The next section is the Teacher Pages section. A student will see any pages that have been shared by their teacher. Some teachers use a teacher page and others do not. The next section is the Textbooks section. This is where a student will find and access any digital textbooks that are assigned based on the courses that student is enrolled in. The Student Applications section is where your child will find other application or apps that are available to them. The next section is the Web Links section. This section contains additional resources your child's school has requested. The next section is the ELL Resources section. These resources are for ELL students. There are many items available to students on Clever. However, that does not mean your child will have access to all of them or use all of them. Your child's teacher will direct them to the applications they should use. Each school has a link on their homepage for Clever. All previous links for students' pages now lead to Clever. This page is an example of an elementary school. You will also notice on this page that Schoology for Families is shown. Since this is an elementary school, it has 5th grade only. This is due to Schoology only being available for our students in grades 5 through 12. Parents of students in grades 5 through 12 may still access their Schoology account. We will talk more about Schoology in just a few minutes. Here is another example of a school's website. This one is a high school. You can see the Clever button along with the Schoology for Families button. Remember, Schoology is now only used by students and families in grades 5 through 12. To log into Clever, students need to visit their school's website and click the Open Clever button or the Clever Links for Students button on the left menu. As a parent, you may need to help your child access the Clever platform. After students go to their school's website and click the Clever button, they will use the Login with Active Directory button. They will be prompted to enter their S number and password, or if your child has a Clever badge, they can use the Clever badge login option. This only works if your device has a camera. Teachers have access to Clever badges. Reach out to your child's teacher if you need assistance. Remember, only students will use Clever. Parents do not have Clever accounts. When logging in, you may encounter two screens. The screen on the left is the Microsoft login page. This is where students would use their S number with the email extension at stjohns.k12.fl.us. And on the right, you will see another window where you may be asked for the student S number and password. It is important to realize what is being asked for in each instance. This is true for Clever, Schoology, and Microsoft. If you have a saved password for a personal Microsoft account or multiple children who log in on the same device, you may encounter issues when your child tries to log in. If you run into issues when working with your child at home, there are some things you can try. If you have more than one child using Clever on a device, you may get an error. For example, when my daughter logs in, she has no issues. My son then uses the same computer to log into his Clever account, and he receives a message that there is an error with his account. This is caused by the single sign-on system, which could be storing your daughter's login information. When this happens, you will need to clear the browsing history, cache, and cookies. Clever uses a single sign-on system, and if you do not clear the system, you may run into trouble. If your family has a personal Microsoft account in use on your home's device, you will need to clear the cache, cookies, and browsing history. You could also use a separate browser for each student. For example, I can use a Chrome browser for my son and the Firefox browser for my daughter. This keeps the information separate, and it is less likely you will run into an issue. If there are issues, we recommend you first try to clear the browsing history, cache, and cookies. If you still have issues, please reach out to your child's teacher first. We recommend using Chrome, Firefox, or Safari to access Clever and Schoology. If you are accessing district-provided digital resources like Clever, Schoology, online textbooks, or Microsoft, and you use a VPN, it will cause issues. Do not use a VPN to access digital resources. Are there any questions in the chat that haven't been answered?
Thanks, Dr. Lawson. There are no questions currently in our Q&A section.
Thank you. If you're just joining us, we are recording this session and live streaming on our YouTube account, and you will be able to access this recording after our webinar is concluded.
Schoology is our learning management system. Schoology can be accessed on any device that is connected to the internet. You can think of Schoology as a digital schoolhouse where students and families receive information about their school, including information from teachers and staff. Let's start by talking about what Schoology will look like for your child. Remember, Schoology is available for students in grades 5 through 12 in St. Johns County schools. Students will access Schoology through Clever. Once your child is logged into Clever, they will click on the Schoology app. The first time they use Schoology, they will need to sign in with their S number and password. After that, whenever they click on the Schoology app in Clever, it will automatically log them in. We encourage students to click the heart icon at the top of the Schoology app in Clever. This moves the app to their favorites section in Schoology, making it easier to find. The best way to log into Schoology from a mobile device, an iPad or tablet, is to use either Chrome, Safari, or Firefox. The Schoology app is available but may not have full capabilities. Once your child logs in, by default, they will see recent activities. This shows recent updates from their teachers. Along the right column, they will see overdue assignments, upcoming events, and recently completed assignments that have been posted by their teachers. Your child can click Course Dashboard to see any courses they are assigned to. At the top of the screen, you can see all the tabs that they have access to: courses, groups, resources, grades. And on the other side, they can check their calendar, messages, and notifications. They can see their profile in the top right corner. Here is an example of what they will see in their Schoology course. Each teacher will have a different look, but you can count on class updates once a week from their classes. This is just an example of what their course page might look like. Now, let's take a look at how you as a family member can support your child by signing up for a Schoology account. Parents or family members can sign up for their own Schoology account. Parents need a parent access code and then can sign up and log into Schoology using a different website than students. Family members use Schoology.com, and remember, students log in by going through Clever. To sign up for a parent account, you will need your parent access code. To get your parent access code, you will sign into your Home Access Center or HAC account and click the Registration tab. On this page, you will see the Schoology Parent Access Code. Make sure you are signing in with your parent HAC account and not signing in as your child. Student HAC accounts will not show the parent access code. Only when a parent logs into their HAC account will they see the parent access code. If you do not have a HAC account, you will need to contact the front office at your child's school. If you do not currently have a Schoology account, the first time you log in, you will have to set up your account. You will go to www.schoology.com and click Register in the top right. You will then choose Parent. Here is where you will need that parent access code you copied from your parent HAC account. Enter the parent access code and click Continue. Then enter your information and click Register. Make sure you write down your username and password and keep it somewhere you can access if you forget. We have no way to retrieve your parent account information. Once you have an account, you will go to Schoology.com and click the Login button. And then enter your email and password. When you first log in to your parent Schoology account, you may notice when you click on courses, groups, etc., that there is nothing to see. It says you are not enrolled in anything. This is because you need to view Schoology as your child by clicking on the drop-down and selecting your child's name. Now you will see your child's recent activities for their courses in the main feed, their to-do list for any of their assignments along the right side, and you can see more specific information regarding their courses by selecting courses at the top. When you click the Grades tab, you can see how your child is doing in their courses. However, it is important to remember that their official grade is displayed in Hack. Schoology will only show feedback from their teachers on Schoology assignments. This is the student activity page. On this page, you will see communication from your child's teacher or school, which includes announcements, updates, and upcoming assignments. This is the enrollments page. You can see the courses your child is enrolled in by clicking the enrollments option. You can go directly to your child's courses from here by clicking the title of the course. Once you are in your child's course, you can see things your child posts, but you can't see information posted by other students, and other families can't see information posted by your child. It is important that parents and families utilize the parent view to protect all children's information. To see a calendar for your child's assignments or events in Schoology, you can click on the calendar icon in the top right corner of the screen. You can see on the calendar for this student, they have several assignments. When experiencing issues with Schoology for yourself or your child, you will want to work with your child's teacher or school. Sending a message to an administrative account will not get you the results you need. Those administrator accounts are unmonitored and you will not receive a response. Always start with your child's teacher for help with Schoology.
To find more information about Schoology, Clever, and other applications in our district, visit the St. Johns County School District website at stjohns.k12.fl.us. Click the Families tab on the district website. On the page for families, you will see various information. You can click on Schoology information for families for more information about Schoology. If you're looking for other digital resources, you can click the How to Access Online Instructional Resources section. On this page, you can see additional information for Schoology, Home Access Center or HACC, online textbooks, Clever, Office 365, and you can see year at a glance pacing guides. To answer one of the questions in our Q&A about online textbooks, you will need your student to log in to their Clever account, and then they will be able to click on their online textbooks so that you can assist them with any needs regarding the content of their textbooks. This link goes to the Clever page, which is where students log in. On the Schoology for Families page, you can see there is a link to our Media Services YouTube channel to access tonight's training. Allison, are there any other Schoology questions from our Q&A?
We do have a few questions in our Q&A.
Right. Let's address the Clever and Schoology questions, and then we will address some of these other questions in the rest of our presentation.
So
To answer,
go
go ahead.
ahead. One question is, if I'm having trouble, is there a help desk that I can call?
That's a great question. I think you covered that in your part of talking about Schoology. If you are having trouble, your first stop should be your child's teacher. If they can't answer your question, there are Schoology experts at the school that can assist them. If those experts don't know the answer, they will reach out to someone at the district so that we can get you the help that you need.
And Dr. Lawson, this is a good one we see often. This parent is asking, how do I get my parent account moved to my child's new school? I only see their middle school information and they are in high school now.
That is a great question. If you have a parent account and it is linked to the wrong school, you can contact your child's teacher and they will put in a ticket to have your school changed. If your child's teacher is unfamiliar, you can visit your media specialist at the school level, and they can also assist with getting that ticket submitted so that we can get you linked to the right school in Schoology.
And then one last question, why doesn't my fourth grader have a Schoology account anymore?
That is also a good question. The district has made the decision that only 5th grade through 12th grade will be using Schoology moving forward. If that changes, we will definitely notify teachers and students, and they can notify the parents.
All right, I think that is all for now. We may answer some of these other questions in our next section.
Okay, great. Thank you. I will move forward.
Every St. Johns County student grade K through 12 has access to Microsoft 365 apps such as Word, PowerPoint, and Excel. Your child can get to Microsoft 365 by going to Clever from their school's homepage. Once in Clever, click on Office 365. Office 365 gives your child access to all of Microsoft's applications like Microsoft Word, PowerPoint, Excel, and more. OneDrive, which is Microsoft's cloud-based system, is accessible on any device connected to the internet. When your child first logs in to Microsoft 365, this is an example of the homepage they will see. The more frequently used apps are available on the left side of the screen. Recently used files are available in the recommended section. Students are also able to search for their files in the search bar at the top of the screen. When you select the waffle icon in the top left corner, students have access to the Microsoft apps available to St. Johns County students. OneDrive is cloud storage where files can be saved. Files saved in OneDrive can be accessed at school and at home as long as you're connected to the internet. For example, if your child begins an essay in class, they could save their work to OneDrive and finish their essay in the Media Center or at home when they're signed into their district account using their Active Directory information. In OneDrive, your child can see all of their folders and files by clicking on My Files in the left column. Your child can keep their OneDrive organized by adding folders. Click the Add New button to add folders. They can then upload files and folders or begin working on new documents. One common Microsoft application that students have access to is Microsoft Word. To create a Word document, students will open Word from the left side in Microsoft365.com and choose New Blank Document. After they choose New Blank Document, they can type their information or essay. By default, Microsoft will name the file for you. For example, this file was named Document 3. To keep files organized, your child will need to change the file name to something that represents the document. For example, if this student were typing an essay for their ELA class, they may name the document with their first name underscore ELA underscore period number. Being proactive with naming reduces frustration when searching for documents. To change the name of a document, click the arrow next to the word saved in the top left corner of the screen and type the file name, and your file name will be updated. You can also change the location of where the file is saved. Stay organized by saving documents in appropriate folders in your OneDrive. Another app students have access to is Outlook for email. Students can receive email from teachers, but not from people outside of our school network. Accessibility tools are available across several Microsoft 365 apps. Many of these tools are available through Immersive Reader. To access these tools in Microsoft Word desktop version or online version, click the View tab and then click Immersive Reader. Immersive Reader will read the file aloud and allow students to adjust settings such as reading speed, line spacing, font, and background color. To translate documents into another language, click on the Review tab and then click Translate. You can translate a selection or the whole document. Another accessibility feature is the Dictate tool. This tool allows students to use voice to type their text. To begin dictation, click the Home tab and then select Dictate. Families with multiple student accounts, personal or work Microsoft accounts on one computer will want to be sure to sign out. To sign out, click on the initials in the upper right corner and then click Sign Out. We recommend students use the online version of Office 365 by going to Clever and selecting the Office app. However, students in the district can download the desktop version of Office 365 on up to 5 devices. To find out more information about this program, please visit www.stjohns.k12.fl.us/advantage.
Allison, are there any Microsoft questions from our Q&A?
We did have one question about purchasing the Office suite from the school district. And I think we just covered that, Dr. Lawson. If you could go back one slide, I just want to make sure everyone had time to copy down that website. This is where you actually don't even have to purchase the Office suite because you have access to Microsoft 365, the desktop version. You're able to download this on up to 5 devices. And there's more information at this website. So stjohns.k12.fl.us/advantage.
Thank you. This information can also be found on that Families tab on the district website. You'll go to Online Instructional Resources and click on the Office 365 section.
Hello! Now we're going to briefly share a helpful resource that's called Tech Talk. Tech Talk is a resource provided for all staff, students, and families within St. Johns County School District. To get to Tech Talk, you would go to tech-talk.com and use the username and password provided on the screen. The username is SJCSD, and the password is also SJCSD. Tech Talk is a database that will allow you and your child to have access to articles, videos, and helpful resources on how to communicate and utilize technology. The database provides information for all levels and users. So if you or your child struggle with how to use or create a PowerPoint or how to use Excel, you can find help at techtalk.com. You have the ability to change the language on the website by simply clicking the drop-down and selecting your preferred language. If you are new to Tech Talk, start at the Stay Up with Tech page shown at the top of the page. Once you are on the Stay Up with Tech page, you will go to this page, which will give short little videos with tips for users on how to search and use Tech Talk. Tech Talk can provide you with information on communication skills, leadership, tech advice, job skills, and technology for beginners and advanced. You will find quick and easy resources, helpful information, reference sheets, webinars, and more. Thank you.
Are there any final questions before we sign off? Make sure that you use the Q&A section if you have a question, and we will do our best to answer. I'm just going to pause for a moment to see if anyone wants to add any additional questions.
Dr. Lawson, we do have one question in the chat about, can my daughter bring her laptop to school?
Okay.
I believe the best answer for that to that question is to check with your child's school and make sure that you're meeting all the protocols to make sure that that laptop is safe and that your daughter is able to do that.
Great. Thank you. I don't see any additional questions being added in the Q&A section. So we will go ahead and end our session. Thank you for joining us tonight. We appreciate you, and you can find the video of this training on our SJCSD Media Services YouTube page immediately after the end of this session. We did live stream it on YouTube, so it will be available immediately. Thank you for joining us tonight, and have a great
sorry,
evening.
Dr. Lawson, we
Oh.
have one last question that just came in. Someone is asking, how do I access Clever on my child's iPad?
Great, that's a great question. You can download the free Clever app on the iPad from the App Store, and you can go ahead and put your child's Active Directory information, which would be their S number and password in, It may take you to a browser, which would most likely be Safari if you're using the iPad, or you could go directly to Safari and type in Clever. You can go to your child's school's website and click on the Clever button on the homepage, and it will take you directly to Clever, and then it will ask you to sign in. Again, that will be the same process as what we covered in the Clever section. You will log in with Active Directory and use your child's S number with the @stjohns.k12.fl.us to log in with the Active Directory, and then it will most likely ask you for their S number and password, and then it will log you into Clever, and then you'll be able to access the applications the same as you would on a laptop or desktop.
And Dr. Lawson, a follow-up question for that is, where do we find our child's credentials?
That is a great question. You will need to reach out to your child's teacher to get their credentials. Ms. Burball, do you know if they're available in Hack in the parent account? Or will they need?
Yeah, I'm
I-
not sure about that.
I believe they need to reach out to their classroom teacher and they can share that information. These are great questions. Thank you. Thank you for the great questions. Just checking to see if there are any other questions that come in before we sign off. We just really appreciate you all being here. If you're watching this recording later, thank you for taking the time to watch our video and learn about the digital resources that are available in St. Johns County School District and supporting your child in their educational endeavors. Thank you. I think that's all the questions. So we will go ahead and sign off. Thank you for joining us tonight. We appreciate you. And again, you can find the video for this session on our St. Johns County School District Media Services YouTube page, which is listed on the district website. Thank you. Have a great evening.